Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're doing a monthly roundup of some of my favorite beauty products in the month of June. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. I guess this means that we are officially halfway through 2020, which means we only have 6 more months of this year, which is very exciting. So without any further ado, let's get into the beauty products. So the first one here is a nail polish, and this is the Chanel Le Vernis number 534 Espadrilles. This is not a new color. I believe it came out like in 2016, part of the summer collection that year. And it's a really beautiful orangey red. I don't think it's available for sale anymore, but I was looking online at the other nail polish colors from Chanel, but I think it's a perfect middle point between Arancio Vibrante and Gitaine. Those two look like if they were mixed together, they would have this one here, although maybe this one is a little bit more orange. I think Arancio Vibrante is probably the closest color to this one. But you guys know how much I love a warm tone orange red lipstick, so it just makes sense that I would appreciate a nail polish this shade as well. Alright, next up is kind of an old favorite. This is the NARS Radiance Primer. I used to use this for years when I first started my channel here, and I kind of just stopped using it. I went through a whole tube and now I repurchased a new one here. But it's just a really beautiful glowing primer. Like if you want that extra glow, that extra luminous effect on your skin, this is amazing for that. I also really like to wear this on days when I'm not even wearing that much makeup. Like I would wear this as a base with just concealer and a bit of bronzer and blush. Like even without foundation, this makes your skin look really luminous and beautiful. Okay, next up is a foundation. So this is from Sisley. This is the Phyto-Teint Ultra Éclat. I am in the shade 2 Plus Sand. So I think 2 Plus Sand is a bit too dark for me. Like on camera it looks totally fine, but in person I just feel like I really have to be careful when I blend because it's not a perfect shade match. So I feel like when a foundation is a perfect shade match, you can kind of just blend around and not really pay attention. But with this one here, I do have to make sure I don't have like a mask line here with my foundation. I think this is probably the most natural finish foundation ever. It has a really beautiful soft velvet finish. It's not too luminous, not too matte. It literally just looks like my skin texture, but better. Oftentimes, the Your Skin But Better foundations are very luminous, very dewy. This is not. It's literally Your Skin But Better. It's really expensive, but honestly, so worth it. I was able to get it during one of the sales that Sisley was having. They keep having these 20% offs during the summer, which I am taking full advantage of. And I'm glad that I finally gave this foundation a try because I've heard a lot about it and it's really great. Next up from Sisley is this eye mask. This is the eye contour mask. It's supposed to reduce fine lines and puffiness. And I had heard a lot about it. I got a sample and I have to say, it's actually worth the hype. I don't know what it is about this mask, but I just put on like the smallest amount, like a grain of rice, and I swear it makes me look less tired. Like if I didn't sleep well the night before, or if I haven't been eating well and I feel like my face gets puffy if I've been eating too much salt, this kind of just like makes me look refreshed and awakened and as if I slept like 8 hours the night before. It's really remarkable. So I went ahead and purchased the full size one and I have no regrets. Next up is an item here from Dior. So this is part of their summer collection this year, part of the Color Games collection. This is the Diorshow Color and Contour Waterproof Liner. So it's an eyeshadow and a liner stick. Now, I have had a very complicated relationship with eyeshadow sticks because I have oily eyelids and hooded eyes, so many eyeshadow sticks simply do not work for me. This one here, however, actually works really nicely. So you have one side here that's kind of like a light champagne color, which is really light and soft. And then you have the eyeliner part, which for me is the showstopper. It's this really bright, beautiful cobalt blue. I love blue eyeshadows and blue eyeliners, especially for summer. And I find that using a blue eyeliner is just a little bit more subtle than going in with a whole blue eyeshadow look. It adds a bit of pop, a bit of, you know, fun eye look, and I just really love this one so much. If I'm not mistaken, this is limited edition, but I think it's totally worth getting, and even worth getting a backup. Now we have an item here from Chantecaile. This is part of their summer collection as well. This is the Coral Manta Ray palette. So they came out with two palettes. One was more pinky, one was more coral. I went with the coral one here. And I just think that this is so beautiful and so special. I find that the detailing on the actual product here is beautiful. You have these really beautiful waves, and the colors are really nice. They blend really well with each other and with the rest of your makeup. Plus, the packaging here is so inviting. It makes me wish I could go swimming in the open water right now. I just think that when it comes to packaging, Chantecaile always does a really good job, and this is no exception right here. I know that they also came out with some hydrating lip balms for the summer collection. In my opinion, those are not that special. You can totally pass on those, but I think that if you are a makeup collector or makeup fanatic, this is something you don't want to miss out on. Now for some nostalgia, we have here the Lancôme Juicy Tubes. So I have a couple colors here that I really love. The first one is Framboise Pop, and that's what I'm wearing today. In the tube, it looks like it's going to be a really bright cherry, but it's more of a nude with a slight hint of color. And then this one here is called Tickled Pink, which is like kind of a pinky berry nude color. I just love these. I love a gloss. I love that these have a really delightful fruity scent. They just remind me of like the 90s and 2000s. It makes me want to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer and order some lip smackers in pink lemonade and root beer scent. You know, it's just such a memory lane / nostalgia feel to these. I really like these. Okay, here's an item that I picked up earlier this spring. This is the Chanel Les Beige Healthy Glow Cream Bronzer. So this is the new formulation, the new color. And I know that there are some very polemical opinions about the new cream bronzer out here, but personally speaking, I actually quite like it. I like the texture, I like the color, I like the effect. I like it. I know some people really don't like the new formulation and the new ingredient list because there's coconut oil. And I know some people get breakouts when they have products with coconut oil. I don't, so I don't really have an issue with this one here. And I really like it. It's just a really lovely, soft, and natural bronzy glow. I feel like with this, I never look tanned. I look bronzed. I look healthy. Like I just spent a few hours at the beach on the seaside or something. Like it never looks orange. It just looks like a healthy glow, and I really like this. And next up is actually a makeup brush from Chanel as well. This is their Kabuki brush. I actually use this when I go into my cream bronzer. I just swirl it around and then apply it really well. I find that this diffuses the cream bronzer really nicely. And also it's just so incredibly soft. Like these brushes, it feels almost like some sort of like sensorial massage. Like it feels so soft and so soothing. I love this one so much. I don't think you necessarily need this Kabuki brush to apply this cream bronzer. I just think it does a really good job of diffusing it very softly. Like there's never any strokes or any harsh lines. These just go really well together. Next up, we have these. These are the Westman Atelier eye pods. I have the set called Les Jours. Now, I had a little bit of confusion about whether or not I was going to include this in the video because first of all, these are super expensive and you actually don't get that much product in each pod, and you do have to build up quite a bit to get the look that you want, but I have certain shades that are my favorite in this here. So in the original set, you have 3 colors. You have Neige, Tabac, and Chocolat. So my favorite shade would have to be Tabac, followed by Chocolat. Neige is fine, but it's just more of a stark white. I find that these two mixed together, give a really beautiful, subtle, kind of smoky look, which is really lovely. So I would have to say that these two colors are my favorite here in the whole trio. Okay, so the last item is not a makeup or skincare item. It's actually a sleeping mask. So I ordered this off of Etsy. It is silk, it is pink, it has lashes on the front. So I don't know about you, but my sleep has not been spectacular for the past few months. But with a sleeping mask, prior to owning this, I was borrowing my husband's, but I finally got my own now. I find that with a sleeping mask in general, I am just lights out. I have the deepest sleep. I have this natural internal clock that gets me up around the same time every morning. But with this here, I have to like peel it off my face before I can really like come back to life. I feel like knocked out completely for several hours with a sleeping mask. So I put in earplugs and then a sleeping mask, and then I am like lights out. No one can bother me because I wouldn't even notice if you did. And I just had to share this one with you because it's so cute and pink, and it has the fake lashes, and also it's silk, so if you're pressing it against your eyes, it's not gonna rub and cause any creases, which is good. All right, guys, I think this about does it for my roundup of some favorite beauty products and beauty related products from the month of June. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of today's video. What do you think of my roundup and my favorites? Are there any favorites that you see here? Or feel free to let me know what are a couple beauty favorites or not beauty favorites from the month of June. If you guys are new to my channel, I talk about nothing but luxury beauty. I do lots of reviews and lots of tutorials. Plus, I have a new series on my channel called Beauty History, where I dive into the history and legacy of different fashion houses and makeup brands. So if any of that sounds interesting, please subscribe. All right, guys, I think this is all I have for you guys for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.